$4.5 million collected from people's hard-earned money. 6 years later, not even in beta. This is the story of the post-apocalyptic survival game Dead Matter. To this day, as we speak, it hasn't yet released and it is still releasing development vlog videos like nothing happened, like all that money from founding hasn't helped a single bit to create a great functioning game. 6 years later and this game is still broken, yet for some reason Dead Matter is still a game people would like to play, just like me. After all those years, maybe it's nostalgia, maybe we're just looking for a good new survival game. This is the story of one of the most mismanaged games in history.
Dead Matter is a true sandbox survival horror game. You will fight to survive in a zombie-packed, post-apocalyptic world, designed from the bottom up to foster whichever playstyle suits you best. Home to many threats, post-apocalyptic Alberta will throw everything it can at you, from hordes of flesh-crazed undead.
This is
to
cancer.
AI trying to make their way through the world.
This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back.
Oh, Dead Matter, why are we still talking about you? If you guys would have seen how many videos I made about this game in the past 6 years when everyone was excited for it, I would have never expected 2023 would bring another development vlog video and not a trailer for a new update or a new DLC or even a sequel to the game. No, we're still talking about Dead Matter's closed beta through its devlog number 13. This vlog shows progress and some really cool features, new zombie AIs, environments, of course some progress, but are you guys actually interested in seeing this or having me talk about it? I'll still go over it in a quick second, but you guys have to be extra careful of anything these developers put out. Number one, they are very shady and unprofessional. Like so many YouTube comments are saying, this small indie studio started off as transparent and friendly, communicating with the community, giving updates, showing off new gameplay. Then when they got all the funding from people's hard-earned money, just like my money, they suddenly became secretive and hostile towards their own community, sometimes almost insulting people for asking for new updates. They had the money, now could they actually make the game? Nope, at least not for now. This game will never fully release in my opinion, and if it will be broken and abandoned. Why is that? They are very unprofessional, having small leadership problems that are taking months to solve, also having no idea what the game is at its core. Should it be a semi-open world, a full-on open world? Should it be PvP centered or zombie centered? Years and years passed and time again the game changed. Now in the most recent devlog, Dead Matter is said to be a zombie survival game. For the first time in years, I can say the game looks like it's something playable. Not that it's super great news because we haven't seen any PvP combat or full-on zombie slaying. I'm just saying this because I'm trying to find something positive here. They start off by showing the new zombie hordes, which can supposedly bring thousands of zombies in one single town, with them forming a massive horde at their own will. They then show off a bit of exploration and the player hopping onto a car, then driving away. This is the first time in years we have seen vehicular gameplay onto a Dead Matter devlog. I would guess vehicles are finally working, because yeah, at first Dead Matter promised players to have a ton of vehicles and the ability to put your loot in them, even having an RV and living in it, making your own food and etc. They go on to talk about how they added NPCs in game and how you can do jobs for them, and jobs can also be started randomly in the world if you stumble upon a point of interest, for example. Again, this is the first time ever since its creation that we're seeing NPCs in this game or some kind of little mission, which shows a bit of progress. They then go on to show up the open world and its many locations, which actually look really great. Dead Matter is taking place in Alberta, so it is offering some very unique places that we haven't seen in other survival games, like giant dams, small Canadian villages, massive forests and mountains, and we can also see the inside of different malls, gyms, stores, warehouses that all look very detailed. It's surprisingly good here. It's a shame this game has been just forgotten the way it did, because there's some genuine good work done here, at least in its open world, but that's all I can say for now for the game. Also, Dead Matter has had a release date of June 2023 for months now. Only right now have they just replied to a comment mentioning this, saying that they forgot to change the date to whatever where it's supposed to be. Once again proving the devs are not really taking care or professionally taking care of their IP. Since this game has been announced, there's been The Forest, for example, which has released, and it was, I think, being created by 3 developers, and it had time to go full-on release, to have a full-on story, and even its sequel, Sons of the Forest, to release, and Dead Matter still hasn't released, which proved that this game is so mismanaged. There's something so weird about this game that's going on. Like, they're taking all that money and they're just spending it and putting some random devlog to show that progress has been made and that your money hasn't gone anywhere. It's a bit shady, and there's really something to think about here, but I'm not sure if we should support this game anymore. I mean, it might release someday, but again, it will be broken and it won't be the game that was promised from the beginning. But still, people like me a little bit are still a little bit interested in the game, but it won't be what it's promised. So many of us are wishing for a good open world survival game just like this. It's just, maybe DayZ was closer to that. So when will Dead Matter release? There's no release date in mind for now, and in my opinion it won't release anytime soon, at least in the early access on Steam. Maybe 2024 or even 2025, because again, it's so mismanaged. Make sure you guys like the video right now if you'd like to see more content just like this on games that are shady like this, and of course subscribe to stay tuned.